It's not 3:28. It's 9:01.
3 minutes 28. So let's start the timer. Welcome to the Rockhound Podcast. It's just us today. Karen's a little busy.
She's seeing a man about a wallaby.
Something like that, yeah. But yeah. So the shouts. We'll wait for Karen to get back since she's.
Don't let her do that.
She's the most organized person for the shouts.
Yeah.
So everyone that's been waiting for their shouts, thank you for your patience. Oh, excuse me. Oh gosh, it's been introductions. Let's start with Kurt.
My name's Kurt with Rock.Hounding.Adventures in Western Colorado.
And I'm Kyle with World Rockhounds here in Corvallis, Oregon. And
I am Reginald. I am Reginald, and I look at most of the things.
What about some of the things?
Just most. I'd say I'd go as far as most, because some is a step down from most. You know, there's only some things that I don't look at because I look at most of them.
Okay.
Fair argument.
Well, thank you for those brief interjections. And do we do how everyone's weeks was after that? It's been a hot minute.
It's been a hot minute, and the last podcast was us just in person, and we didn't even do intros like then either.
Oh, that's true. So it's been a little while.
It's been a while.
It has.
So, Kurt, we'll go and start with you. How was your week? Or
my week?
Last couple weeks, actually.
Yeah. How's your month been?
It's been good.
We had a good month.
Yeah, it haven't really been doing much. It's been kind of hot and smoky outside from recent fires, so I've been kind of staying indoors, cooped up, playing Xbox, wire wrapping, and then when I can, going out and doing cabochons and getting ready to wrap, and trying to get as many cabochons done as I can, so that way, once it starts getting cooler, I'll have a lot of things I can wrap over the wintertime. So.
Dropping them sick beats. Sorry, couldn't know it.
So,
well, is there anything else?
No, that's pretty much it. I haven't really been up to too much.
Nice. Well, eventually the arrow clear, then you can get out and explore.
Yeah. Can't wait.
Thank you for sharing your week or month. This last several weeks.
Undisclosed amount of time.
And then see, for myself, I mean, Theo and I kind of had a similar experience a couple weeks ago. It's, went to Kemmer, got some fish fossils, and we went to Blue Forest, got some petrified wood. I still haven't hardly cleaned up any of my petrified wood yet, but I cleaned up a few of the fossils. And I got the bug. I want to go back. I really want to go back. But other than that, just trying to get back in the swing of things and doing live sales, because I took a couple sales off to make that trip. And today I spent a fair amount of time actually getting some mystery boxes put together. I'll take it down there. Those are all mystery boxes. I ran out of boxes, but I still have more rock to put in them. And so once I go through the list of people that I already have a list of people that want boxes, I'm gonna be selling them to help potentially fund for a future trip, since I meant to do these to fund for my trip to Kemmer, but I just didn't have time. So the funds for these boxes will go for another trip. But yeah, so it's fossils, wood, getting caught up, trying to get better, because when I got back, I magically got sick, and just a lot of coughing. Amy got it. River didn't get it. I thought maybe I was getting what they had like before I left, because like they were sick, before I left. But then I got back, because I'm like, Amy's like, how come you didn't get sick? I'm like, I don't know, maybe my body is like stressed from all like trying to plan everything. And like the moment I got back, just like, man, my lungs feel
I was gonna say maybe it's from all the dust that you are breathing in.
I was thinking about that too, because like I was prepping a fossil like within the first couple nights being back, and just like on the dinner table in the house is like dust, just like over everything. She's like, Amy walked through, she's like, the floor just feels like so like ugh, just like dirty. So since then, I've been doing preparations here in the garage, but I need to make like a Tupperware containment system for it because it's messy.
It's
I'm sure.
insanely messy. I actually will be making a video very soon on how to make a prepping box, and so
It's funny they mentioned that because like it's been on my to do. You can't see the tables though. I actually have I have a cheap box that I was gonna do a video like how to make like a containment box for just like using a Fordham so you don't have to make a mess everywhere.
Yep.
And that project has been on the back burner for months.
I have one that I use a lot, but I need to make a bigger one.
Do it.
Now that I have the air abrasion. The one I have it's like baby size, but it works, but I need an actual like bigger plastic box.
Do it. Oh, I will retire my weeks of busyness, and we'll go on to you, Theo, or Reginald. Actually, we'll do this. No, go ahead. Don't mind me.
Yeah. So I've been insanely busy, and I'm just now not busy for the first time in like 3 months, and my brain is still like, I gotta get this done. Oh wait, no, I don't. I'm done with that actually. So like, having these moments of like, crap, I need to get back to the shop. I haven't fit. No, wait, no, the show's over. Like it's fine. You're fine. You can breathe again. So yeah, I as I have been like, hinting at and talking about for like 3 months now, the Gem Mineral Show was last weekend, and oh my gosh, it was so much fun. Holy crap.
I should have flown out and helped you out.
It was so much fun. I've never actually we used to do booths at the Renaissance Fair all the time. So I'm familiar with running a booth and selling rocks in a booth, but I have never done a rock show before. And yeah, it was crazy. It was awesome. It was so much fun. But mostly I was blown away by how many people came out to meet us. Like, still having trouble wrapping my head around that. Like, several hundred people over the course of the 4 days came specifically to the show to meet Alexis and I, which is like surreal. I think we counted 12 different states.
Dang.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was, let me see here. Wyoming, Colorado, Utah, California, Oregon, Washington, Michigan, North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, Ohio, 13, Nevada, and Arizona.
Nice.
Came to the show just to meet us. Like,
That's
cool. Don't even have words. It was crazy. It was insane. And I did my first meet and greet, and I did a talk, and I honestly don't know how it went. So I've never done one before. But it was so much fun. Like I'm already looking forward to the next one because that was a blast. It was so well worth all of the time and effort.
It's too bad we couldn't have that meet and greet recorded.
I know.
Could have had that been the podcast special.
I know. I really wanted to see how I could like try to maybe live stream it, but yeah, I was like, it was literally I would have needed Alexis to set up the live stream, but it was just the two of us. I didn't have anyone else helping, so her coming to help me set it up would have meant no one was at our booth, which is like, a big no-no, especially on that day because we were crazy busy that day. Like, holy crap, there were so many people.
Now, regional shows are no joke. They're big shows.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of people for sure. It was crazy. And it was so weird because it's like the stuff I expected to sell super quick only sold a little bit, and the stuff that I brought as an afterthought was like gone the second it hit the table. It's crazy. So weird. I have a better idea of what to expect for next time, but yeah. There was like no real planning for what was going to sell because it was so just all over the place. Like a little bit of everything sold. It was crazy.
2 words.
But glad mystery box, yeah.
Mystery bags.
I usually do. I even sell those on my store, but I just had no time to because I have a set number of items that goes into each thing, into each like because I have $3, $5, and $10 mystery bags,
Yeah.
and I label everything that goes in there. But they take forever to do. I've actually stopped selling the $10 ones because they take just so long to sell. Because I'll have people that buy like 5 or 6 at a time. It's like, okay, well, I have like 13 items in each bag, and if you buy multiples, I make a point of having no duplicates, so you're actually getting your money's worth. So that means I have to like, what is that? You know, like a big number of things that I have to get out and organize and write down and number. So like, yeah, I just do 5s on my on the store now. But I so ran out of time. I wanted to bring them to the show, but yeah, we just did not even have time. But I am actually doing my first ever live stream next week, Sunday. I think we're going with Sunday
Nice.
because
on Saturdays, Theo was on Sunday.
yeah. I don't know how regular of a thing it'll be. It'll probably mostly be like here and there, just because my schedule's freaking crazy all the time, always. But yeah, I had a bunch of stuff left over, and I had a bunch of people commenting about said stuff that wanted to buy it. So I thought it would be cool to give people first dibs on that stuff during live sale before it gets, because it's all going to get added onto my store. But I figured it'd be fun to give people first dibs on a live sale before it gets added to the store. Like this. Sorry, what?
What we could do too is like, even if you don't do the live sale all the time, you can even still use like the Sundays to like live stream like a shop project or like fossil preparation or just doing something. Because I mean, you've seen like the community in my chats, like they would watch that. They would sit there, they would chat amongst themselves. They'd try to ask you questions, and like it's awesome.
That's kind of what I was thinking, was like the first hour or two of the live sale or the live stream would be just like hangout, and then we'll start the sale later. Like it starts at noon, but the sales don't start till 2.
So, I always say noon-ish because, you know, a wizard is never late, nor is it late.
Exactly.
I'll get there when I get there.
We're coming up on my channel's 5-year anniversary, and I've never done a live stream, so I figured, yeah, we got to dedicate some time to just hanging out at the beginning before we start doing sale type stuff. I mean, it's going to be hang out pretty much the whole time, but
that'll be fun.
But yeah, there's a ton of stuff that I was expecting to sell quick that a bunch of people were commenting on, like my the globes that I made with the little landscapes inside of them.
Yeah.
I made 7. I have 4 left. So those are going to be on the live sale. The iris pendants, I have most of the iris pendants still.
Expect to see those in the live sale.
Yes, exactly. They will all be at the live sale. Which is funny because in that video I had so many people like, I'm not even going to get my hopes up. I'm sure they'll all be gone. It's like, well, you're in luck. We got a lot still.
I go in there and buy all of them.
Yeah, pretty much. It was strange. It was like, so I've not like worked, but I've attended like all of the rock shows in Billings for the last like 6 years. Those are usually like devout, like rockhound / lapidary people. So, you know, it's very much tailored to rock people. The show this time, it was more like average like people that like rocks but aren't really like rock hounds. There was plenty of rock hounds and lapidary people too, but like there was almost such a broad appeal that there were a bunch of people that were like, I don't even know how to describe it, like people that had never seen Obsidian before, or people that had never seen Tiger Eye before.
Yeah,
interesting.
It's like, wow, okay, this is not what I expected from a national show. I expected more like lapidary and rock nerd people, but it was like way more of the average person who just appreciates rocks in passing.
Oh man, I remember those good old young days when you know, all I knew was amethyst, quartz, and like they're basically the basic, like quartz groups. Is like that was
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, it was really a lot of that. There was definitely a lot of like devout rock hounds there as well, but yeah, it was weird. It was almost like the really oddball stuff just got overlooked because only the rock hounds knew about it.
Mm-hmm.
Which was strange. It wasn't what I expected, but it's still fine. It's just it was different from what I was expecting.
Oh, speaking of rock shows, Kurt, how far are you from Denver?
About 4 hours.
Are you gonna go to the big show?
I think I don't think so. Do you know when it is? Is it in September?
I think it's in September.
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think I'm going to Texas for my sister's wedding.
Oh,
Then
I
so
was gonna- we stop by Denver and get a
Yeah.
wedding gift and just make
Yeah,
it
there you go.
decorate.
Yeah.
they're not into rocks like we are.
Hey, you find a rock that's pretty
But-
enough, and you can change someone's mind.
I
But,
found that what's in my hand that I've been playing with this entire time that I haven't showed yet, even though it's not even like my show and tell or anything. I've literally just been playing with it because it's here. And you don't have to be into rocks to appreciate these calcite crystal filled
Yeah.
clam fossils. Like
Yeah.
I've shown these to a bunch of non-rockhound people, and they're all like, "What? That's insane!"
Did you happen to show it to them with also a UV light?
I have not. I actually, someone at the rock show gave me a UV light, and it's like a super nice one. So I was super grateful for that.
Nice.
That's cool.
That was something that blew me away, man. Like so many people brought stuff for us from so far and wide. Like, yeah.
You leave with more rocks than you came with.
It's like someone from Michigan brought us a bunch of stuff. Some awesome people who live in Nevada invited us down to hunt some of their Veracite and fire agate claims.
Oh, cool.
And they brought some beautiful Veracite. Oh my gosh, that stuff is so pretty. So yeah, maybe this winter we might be going down there because yeah, they were so nice. I would love to go hunt with those guys because they were incredibly nice. We got invited out to a private site on their land where they find artifacts. Because during my talk, during my Q&A, somebody asked me if I've ever found artifacts. I'm like, everyone in Montana but me apparently has, because I still have never found an artifact. So after the Q&A, they were like, we traded information. They were like, yeah, you come out to my land, you're gonna find an artifact of some kind. He was showing me some crazy arrowheads that they were finding out there.
I mean,
it's so cool.
I mean, technically, like, how do you define an artifact? Like, technically,
Everything is kind of
bones, because I think especially in Oregon. Like, I don't know about like other places, but you can't pick up certain things on, I think, BLM public lands or like whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's how it is in Montana.
Yeah, but technically, even like pop cans, like older, like I think in the 60s.
Dude, yes. There's I've talked to Kyle of Wilds, not of Milds, about this, and he said like you actually legit like have to be careful about certain, like how he finds the bottles and stuff like that.
Yeah,
technically by Florida law, if they are past a certain age, which is actually sometimes with like nearing that realm where he hunts, those are considered artifacts. Like I think it's like 1850s, 1860s.
wow.
Those are considered artifacts and can't be taken unless you're on private land. Which I mean, a lot of the places he goes is private land where he's like digging in the holes for the cool stuff. But yeah, it's just weird to think about. It's like on one hand you have a bird point that was probably napped in the 1700s, and on the other hand you've got a Coke bottle. It's like they're both technically legally artifacts. It's weird.
Yeah,
I should more specifically say tools, because he said they find a bunch of points and scrapers and stuff like that.
That's cool.
Nice. Yeah, I think the last time I found an artifact was just by pure accident. I was given a box of African chalcedonian agates, just like a big freezer gallon bag full of them, and I actually found some like really old artifacts in the bag, and they are so old and so worn you almost couldn't tell that they are even artifacts.
Yeah,
but you can tell that like one was a scraper and the other one was like a broken point, like, but they're so old. Like,
that's insane.
It's a lot of fun finding them. Like the last one I found was probably about a year ago here in Colorado, just out hiking on a trail. I looked down, get to give our dog water. It was like, holy, yeah. And it was perfect. But back down in Texas, I used to hunt them all the time along the on private land along the Colorado River, which the Colorado River in Texas is a completely different river than the one here in Colorado. I now know. I've traced, like, zoomed in on the map. Me and my dad were talking the other day, trying to like figure out how it connects, and it doesn't connect. But the
two independent Colorado rivers.
The Spanish would call that river Colorado. I think Colorado means colorful or something. So that's how it got its name. But it's the lower Colorado River, and the area I would hunt, it would be like when the Lake Travis would be at its lowest point, was about the main channel before the dams were put in, and there's a tree line at the bottom of the cliffs, and you can find so many cool things. I think my rarest artifact, I don't know what it was. I was picking up rocks to skip, and I noticed it was worked, and it was kind of like a small little bowl. I think it's a weight that attaches to an atlatl to give it more force. Do y'all know what that is?
Oh yeah, I know what an atlatl is.
They're really fun to throw.
They're cool.
But yeah, it's really cool to find something with that much history that was made, and yeah.
I'm excited because in Montana I've never found. So I guess I have seen one in the wild, but I obviously left it because we were on very public land, and that was in the Badlands, not Badlands National Park, but the Badlands outside of Rapid City in South Dakota. It was just a scraper, but still, like, I still picked it up, did a little clip of it. It's like, oh, that's cool. I'm gonna set this right back down. But in Montana, no, I've never, and it was like really, really ill to find. I've never found like a good artifact, and never even seen one in the wilds of Montana. So I'm looking forward to that. So might be doing a Rockhound / artifact hunt in October, which is I'm excited about. Oh my gosh! So these people, I wish I had pictures of it. Remind me, I'll bring it next time for show and tell. Made this amazing jewelry box out of it was like Purple Heart, Badok, spalted, was it spalted maple? I don't remember. I'd remember if I saw it. Like 4 different woods. It's like this big jewelry box, and then they have polished agate slabs inset throughout the whole thing.
Oh, cool.
Freaking beautiful. They literally brought it all the way just to give to us. And I'm like, dude.
That's awesome.
That's nice.
Me and Alexis were choking up like all weekend. It was crazy. I don't know. You guys know, you guys who know me, you know that I'm just me. Like, I would never refer to myself as a bigger YouTube channel. I'm just Theo. So when you have people come up to you that are complete strangers and tell you, like, face to face, you have impacted my life, like, it just shuts your brain down and you just start choking up and you're like, I literally don't even know how to respond. It's like just so grateful. Everyone was so awesome.
You're just Theo with a ton of names.
Yeah, I am the man of many names.
You make you a shirt.
Yeah.
Make a list of all the names you've ever had and have make a shirt out of.
We still need to have that highlight reel at some point. I mean, at this point, it could literally be its own podcast episode.
Yep.
Like, literally could just be its own thing.
Yeah, pretty much. Because like we're on episode 105 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would take about 5 seconds per episode. What's your name this week, Theo? My name is blah. Thanks. So multiply 5 seconds by 106 or whatever. Like, yeah. I think we got a podcast there, fellas. It was so frustrating, though. In a good way. Good frustrating. Is that a thing? Is good frustrating a thing?
I mean, it can be.
It was a good problem, but it was a frustrating problem. It's a good problem to have, though. We were so busy, I did not get a chance to look around at the show once.
Wow.
I was planning on shopping and buying some stuff, and I literally never got the opportunity to go shop myself because we were that busy the whole time.
That's crazy.
The most opportunity I got was I entered into a silent auction and won it, which I was super happy about.
Someone probably saw the name. Someone probably saw your name. Like, yeah, I'm not betting against Theo.
Yeah, probably. Well, it was like 2 items that were $75 a piece, and I'm gonna clean them up, and I'm gonna keep one. I'm gonna give one to Derek for his museum. They're the upper skull caps with like the bases of the horns of Bison antiquus, which was the species right before the modern day bison, which is now extinct.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was pretty happy about that. It was like, if I was going to win any of the live auctions, that was going to be the one.
Nice.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
It's pretty awesome to shop around the regional shows. I mean, there are still some of those vendors that sell like the cheap stuff that you can get on Amazon, but
Yeah.
if it's anything like the regional show that I went to in, oh gosh, I think they actually in Albany at that time, many years ago. It wasn't here in Albany. It was pretty cool. I actually had like a large piece of it was a pretty good sized petrified wood round.
Yeah.
I didn't polish it or find it, but oh gosh, I think it was Narg. I think they were interested in it. And I'm like, hey, how much for that slab?
Yeah.
It had like little insect boreholes like in the slab.
Oh, cool.
And I'm like, I think I asked for like $100 for it. I'm like, they're like, okay, we'll buy it.
So, sure, why not?
Okay. I think it was petrified. I think it was walnut, or no, it was white oak. That's what it was.
Ooh,
It was
nice.
it was a beautiful round, just because it wasn't just like a petrified wood like slice. It was like an actual slice of a round. So you saw the heart, and at one point it actually curled in where like a knot was.
Oh, cool.
It was cool.
That is awesome.
And like, I think later on, I'm like, man, I wonder if I should have just kept it because like it was such a cool slab.
Yeah.
But no, because they were asking like where it came from and this and that, and I'm like, I don't know where it came from. It just all it says on there, Sweet Home Oregon. That's all it said.
That's all I know.
That's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I was bummed because there's some really cool stuff there, but yeah, I never didn't get the chance to shop. I heard they on the Overcome they were like silent auction starting for bison skulls, and I was like, I'm on it. I had the Lexus hold down the fort for a minute, so I went. And then I had another friend that was there shopping, and he was like going up and checking on it because it was like a 45-minute silent auction. So like every 10 minutes he'd go up and check. Like, yeah, you're still good. You're still good.
Yes, I mean, were you there like early before they even opened the doors?
Yes. So it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and all of Wednesday was set up. So we set up Wednesday. It was 10 to 5 every day, but they opened the doors at 8 for the vendors. So we'd be there like first thing in the morning. But honestly, it was crazy because I was expecting like, in the morning we could walk around and talk to the other vendors and maybe buy some stuff. That would be my moment. No, it's not what happened at all. I didn't get finished setting up on Wednesday. So 8 to 10 Thursday, I was finishing setting up. There was stuff that was just flying off like crazy. So Thursday at 5 o'clock, I had to go back to the shop and work until 11 p.m. so that I could get enough stuff to go back at 8 in the morning and use that 2-hour window to refill and reprice all the stuff that's sold, could replace everything. That's kind of the cycle that continued the whole time. I never did get that morning period where I could go shop because, we're always like, they'll funnel in and then it'll get busy around like 11 or 12. No, 10 p.m. or 10 a.m. on the dot, floodgate, all 4 days. Floodgate. It's like, 9:50, we're getting ready. It's all mellow and calm. And then 10:01, you've got a line of like 15 people. And it's like, oh my gosh, when did this happen? It was overwhelming. Good overwhelming because, I'm a chatty person, so I'm talking with everyone.
So do you think they're going to invite you back next time, the next time it rolls around?
I think so. I think I made a good impression on the club. I hope.
Nice. I'm sure you did.
Lady who invited me, who was working next to me, she said that they will very much likely invite us back. But yeah,
nice. Yeah, because sometimes rock shows can be really hard to get into.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. I've heard that from a lot of people. She was hoping to get me into the circuit because then I could do the Great Falls show and the Miles City show as well.
Nice.
So I could do Billings, then Great Falls, then Miles City, and that would all be like within a month.
Which would be busy. You'd be very busy.
Yeah, really busy.
Yeah, but the nice thing there is all 3 of those are in May, which means I still have my summer wide open.
Nice.
The only reason it was so late this year is because it was the national show. Usually it's the first weekend of May in Billings. And usually it's 2 days, not 4 days. So really, it was kind of a weird one to be my first one because things were different than they would normally be for the billing show. But yeah, it was so much fun. We had such a blast. Everyone was so ridiculously nice, and it was so crazy cool getting to meet so many of the subscribers. I get all like antsy every time I talk about it because I still just like don't even know how to handle it. Like there is no words to describe how much it meant to us. Like God, every time people would walk away, Alexis would like hide under the table so she could cry a little bit.
Just one of those like,
yeah, pretty much, like literally, yeah. Like, and she did that many times throughout the day because like people would say something like that and she just do okay, and she like snap back into it. It's like we got this.
It's kind of it's kind of an interesting feeling to like have someone be like, oh hey, yeah, and like make such nice comments about like what you do.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm just a normal dude. Like,
exactly. Well, and it's weird for that, but it's especially weird when you have someone come all the way out from Iowa just to meet you. Like that is, I don't have words to describe that feeling. It is surreal, and no amount of thank yous ever will do it justice because it's crazy.
It's insane. Did anyone take any selfies with you?
Yes, actually, a bunch of people. A lot of people got pictures with me, and I only had one autograph the whole show, which I wasn't expecting autographs. You want to know who that one autograph was from?
I know who it is.
I know who it is.
Travis. He took a video of it, so I'm really excited to see that video when it comes out. Because he like bought a slab of Rainbow Obsidian. He's like, all right, we got to get the autograph from Mr. Famous Theo Kellison. So I did like my best doctor signature as I possibly could.
Now you need to go on eBay and look for that slab of Obsidian.
I was like, this is the price. He's like, oh, but it's autographed now. Doesn't that change the price? So I was like, yeah, that'll actually be $30. He's like, that's fair. Like, actually, no, the signature probably depreciated. That'll be $1.
$10,000.
Yeah, exactly. That made me laugh though. It was so much fun though. My gosh, it was just
I'm glad you got to attend. You've been very busy.
Oh my gosh, and it doesn't end. I get this week of rest, and then this weekend I'm going to be in Helena visiting the Rockmaster himself, who is coming up to Montana to do a talk for an astronomy event. And then we're going home through Yellowstone. Then Alexis is gone for 5 days. Then she comes back for 2 days. Then her dad comes to visit for several days. We're going to go camping. Then the day he leaves, she has to go to help one of the other Ace Hardwares in the state open. So she's going to be gone for another 6 days. Then she gets back and it's my birthday. Then she's house sitting for 2 days. Then it's our anniversary. Oh my gosh.
We'll be busy.
There's no rest this summer. This is like the busiest summer. It's just never ending. Also, you know how you said you were prepping fish and the bug has bit you?
Yeah.
The bug has bit me so much that we are most definitely going back to Kemmer in September. I called them today. It went to voicemail, but I was like, can you get back to me? I need to know what time you close for the season because I'm definitely coming back and I'd like to set up a private dig.
I might message you later about that because I have an idea. So bear with me here.
Okay.
If it's before I go to Texas, message me too. I'll see if I can make it this time.
Yeah. September at some point. I know, unlike this time that we went, or I had to get it all done before the show. There is no time frame. It just has to be in September before their end of the season. So probably would have to be a Monday or a Tuesday though.
That's fine by me.
Because Alexis was talking about coming with, and that would be one of her her days off, Monday, Tuesday. So then she doesn't need to take any more time off on top of all of the other time she's been taking off. Because she took 5 days off for the show as well to help me, because she was literally the only person I had helping me the whole time.
Yeah, except I'll message you later because after talking with Kim, I kind of want to make a plan to potentially do Montana. So
would that be this fall or this spring?
She said the best time was like late October.
Yeah, yes and no. I'd say it's iffy, and late October is sketchy because it could be snowing already.
I was gonna. I guess I'll say here. I was gonna say since we're already right here.
Yeah.
1 second. Okay. I was gonna say, if I were to fly out and we do camera, we can always come back, and then I can just do some rock hounding with you during that time, September, and that way I'm getting my Montana rocks off at the same time I'm doing more fish, and I can just ship everything back.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, honestly, September's a great time. September, my personal favorite time to hunt in Montana, because we've gotten some weather, so the rocks are cleaner, rivers down, comfortable temperatures. The problem with October is it can get cold quick.
Okay.
Like, especially end of October. Like, most years, we're already, like, a foot better of snow at that point. We're looking at, like, anywhere from 20 degrees to 40 or 50 degrees. Could be bright and sunny and nice. Could be covered in snow. And there's no way to plan for it. So it makes October and March really hard to plan for, because it's like it could already be winter in October, and it could still be winter in March in Montana. It's just really hard. So my two favorite times are September and April.
Okay. I'll have to talk to you about that later.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, last year was good, but the year before that, oh my gosh, like our hunting year shut off like November 1st.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, if you're crazy and you're fine, like chiseling frozen rocks out of the ground, you can still go out when it's 16 degrees, but it's not fun.
Hard pass, because it's not so much the cold. It's like, I mean, it is the cold. Because, yeah, because it's
for me, it's the cold 100%. I don't do cold well at all.
Yeah, well, we'll do it when the weather's better.
Yeah, exactly.
when it's comfortable before it starts.
Yeah,
exactly. Last thing is getting stuck there in Montana with no way of getting back.
Oh my gosh.
Start doing my life skill from Theo's shop.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much.
Help me get back.
Sail to send Kyle home.
Okay. I think we get into show and tell.
Okay.
We'll give Theo a voice break, and we'll start off with Kurt.
No worries. I'm here. I have to do something, though, so I just go on without me. I'm here still.
Okay. My show and tell isn't that long. So the first piece is Kyle will throw up a picture of some lapis I've been working on. Customer asked me if I had any lapis that was wrapped in copper. So I've been making lazuli, lapis lazuli, cabochons to wrap, and then I also was making a leopard skin rhyolite cabochon to wrap later, which I think kind of looks like graffiti and looks kind of cool.
It does look pretty cool.
Yeah, I have a big chunk of it somewhere. I just can't remember where I put it. I put it somewhere safe. And then I also was digging through my Vermont material that I found back in 2019. I found a piece of chrysoprase that I found, green chrysoprase, and I cut that open. It looks kind of cool inside, so I'll be capping to make that soon.
Nice.
And I also got some new material in the mail. My favorite piece that I've been wanting for a long time. My gosh, what is the name? It just slipped. The name is
was it the blue winkle?
No.
Oh, Norina.
Yeah. I've been wanting some of this jasper for a long time, so I got a nice little 2-inch chunk piece. So I'll be making slabs and cabs of that soon.
Nice. Yeah, no, the stuff's very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I've actually got some cabs of it. I mean, I didn't make the cabs, but I was supplied some cabs, and the stuff is actually very, very pretty. And
yeah,
I feel like
in arena for a while.
I feel like I went to go make some knife handles out of it a long time ago, and I don't think I succeeded. Forgot what happened there.
Be pretty cool.
Yeah. See here, we will. Do you have anything else for your show and tell?
No, not this time. I got a full box of new material I'll be working with, but I can show that through the next few podcasts.
Okay. I'll do my show and tell just really quick. So spotlight for everybody. So there's me. Hello.
Hi, Kyle.
So I've been slowly prepping my fishies.
Are you setting up aquarium?
I mean, if the aquarium's full of dust and dirt, yeah.
You gotta make sure that nitrite cycle is done. Just saying. The aquarium fans in the comments will know what I'm talking about.
All right, so I'll at least show a few of these. So actually, I've got one more.
Yeah, I don't know. That was like 2 or 3 weeks ago. I don't think you've had enough time to cycle your tank yet.
No,
you really shouldn't be putting fish in there yet.
So I have been experimenting with different glues for the preservation of the fossils, because you have to put glue on here so that the bones and the little fragile fishies don't like flake away. I bought a fossil prep kit from American Fossil, which is just this little engraver. Of course, this is not the tip that came with it. I customize this with a sewing needle, so I get a more precise little
detail
for like. It actually works pretty well. Just I don't really use it too much around the bones because it can actually ruin the specimen. This is more just getting off the excess material around it. But with the kit came with I think they're called PVA pellets, which I don't have any more left. I used them all up. Yeah, PVA mixture or PVA beads. You mix it with acetone. It's supposed to dissolve the beads, and you brush it on the fossil. I don't like it at all. I found, so this is the one I use the PVA beads with. Of course, the lighting kind of sucks. It does help preserve the fossil, but the thing is, like, when I was applying it, I went to go make sure I got a good coat on there because I didn't want them to break apart. The PVA glue would actually get tacky and they would actually lift up.
Ooh, yeah, that's a problem.
And I was like, that can't happen. And so I just finished applying the glue to this specimen and just this one. And then after it cured, I noticed that there's little bubbles where it had dried. I'm like, I can't have that either. So I just took my little micro torch and I didn't put the flame directly on it, but I got it just warm enough where it actually the PVA glue would actually reheat and the bubbles left. And I didn't film any of this process because I'm learning. I don't want to be like, oh, hey, I'm a newbie. Let me do a how-to video because, like, I don't know what I'm doing. Blind leading the blind.
Yeah.
But it was a good learning process, and to learn that I won't use PVA beads in future. My gosh, it's when you use Zoom, if you do this, it'll read it as like a hand up or a high
Hands
five.
up. Yeah.
But yeah, I won't use a PVA glue for that. And then the other glue that they included with the kit was a little like film canister of some white. It looks like school glue or Elmer's glue. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And
it could be like a Mod Podge.
That too, because I shared that video with you a while back, and they just said they use like school glue for it.
Yeah.
But it just says fill black canister with water and shake vigorously for 1 minute. And I'm pretty sure it was just regular glue. Like it's nothing too crazy. Yeah. So I did that, and the directions say to apply that mixture to the limestone and not the fossil. So this kind of helps keep the limestone from getting like dusty and flaky and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make it look awful. And I say that because the other glue that I used, I mean, on this you can kind of see that glossiness. The glue made it pretty glossy. And I used the other glue texture for this. And then this is actually the back side of this here. So if you ever go to Kemmer, get fish fossils, you can split these again. I split this again, and on the back side of this one was a huge turd. That's a huge fish poo, and I'm going to preserve that. And I think I should make like a side by side or something like that, or even like a flip frame or something. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure I literally made that joke during my video for Kimmer. Like, one thing you guys need to know about this place is it's just full of crap. And I
It
mean
is.
that literally. There's coprolite everywhere.
And they tell you that too. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
You are gonna find a lot of poop,
Yeah.
and they're not wrong.
They are not wrong. Oh my gosh, like all of my pieces had at least one little coprolite in there somewhere.
Well, this is a substantial.
That's
size.
a big one though. Yeah,
That's a big one.
That's bigger than any of my poops.
Man, that fish ate its Wheaties for sure.
Yeah.
But so for this one, I did the same thing. Elmer, I'm pretty sure it's like some kind of Elmer's glue, whatever. But I applied it all to the limestone, and then for the poop here, I used just the a CA thin adhesive, but I used a brush. And then what I found is acetone. I had a little shot glass of acetone. When I got done using the brush for all this, I just put it in the acetone and I rinsed it really good, and I managed to save a brush. I mean, I still have to be very careful because these fossils are super, super fragile. It might help to have like a more finely bristled brush that's super soft. But yeah, I just brush it on here very carefully not to get any of the glue on the limestone, and I might have a couple examples of why you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But after I applied the glue on here, the camera's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna pick up all too well. But see those little specks?
Yeah.
Those are bones in the poop.
Oh,
Oh, that might be turtle then.
Oh, could it be turtle?
Yeah, I remember they said that if it has a bunch of fish bones inside of it, it's more than likely turtle.
Well, then I got turtle poop.
Yeah, that's even cooler.
So like I said, I was practicing around with some of the CA adhesive. Let's see if we can find a better example here.
I mean, anyone that knows my channel and watches my prepping or went to my talk or asked me anything about fossils during the gym show knows that I will sing CA's praises all day long. It is the miracle liquid, now, especially with fossil prepping.
It is, but again, that brush will come in.
Brush is brush is your best friend.
Use a brush. Do not just use the tip of the bottle because
it will wick.
Yeah, it'll wick. You don't have any control where it goes. And I got two examples here. One that I used was just the brush, and the other one I didn't, and I had to kind of do some makeshift fixing to fix. So this is one of them that I didn't use the brush on. Let's see if we can get to focus a little bit. So see the kind of the darker area?
Yeah.
So that's kind of where the CA adhesive had wicked to the outside of the limestone. And
yeah, it really does wick hard.
So it was actually much farther out in here. I actually went through with my pick, and I very carefully basically shaved this down. So I still had like the fish silhouette, and I kind of prepped this more around it.
Yeah.
So it cleaned it up because this looks actually way better than it did.
That's the one you sent me a picture of, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks way better.
And
really good.
The other one that I did not use the brush on, this is that one. Let's see if we can. There we go. So a lot of the glue actually wicked out, and so what I did is I did the same thing with the other one. But I did a little bit something different with this one. I actually used my Dremel, and I dremeled out in the limestone around it, kind of give it some depth a little bit. This one was actually an accidental. This was actually this top fish here is the only fish that I saw. And then I realized that I should have paid more attention when I cut this, because at the mines they give you these saws to cut down your specimens. I should have paid more attention because I didn't. And if I had used the light that was there, I should have been able to see this spine of the underside of this fish on the surface of the limestone before I even cut the stone down. So I could have had 2 full-size fish on this piece if I had just paid that little bit more attention. So if you ever go to the fossil quarries, use the lights to your advantage and look for those shadows.
I actually talk about that a lot in my prepping video, because I have one where it's completely covered. All you can see is the upraised thing from the spine, and they actually turn into a really cool specimen because it's like tilted upside down. Yeah. So you're actually looking at the bottom jaw, not the side of the head, which is super cool. But yeah, I mean, some of the nicest ones we found were like perfectly covered in matrix, and you just literally see the upraised line of the spine. So yeah, even if you're splitting rocks and it doesn't look like there's anything, check your shadows constantly.
Yeah, because this could have been a nice complete fish if I had checked. But the thing is, if you noticed that I decided not to sacrifice the tail, the fin of this fish to expose this one, I just kind of
it's cooler that way.
Yeah,
I like it a lot like that. It looks really cool.
Yeah, I prefer it that way too.
but that was kind of a fun one. But the same thing, I didn't use the brush with the CA adhesive on this one, so I had to clean up a lot around this.
Yeah.
Initially, I went in with a wire brush on my Dremel to kind of like try to carve out around it. That was a bad idea. Don't do that. I ended up using just the diamond burr on it, and because there's actually a repair up here. So if you're ever repairing these, keep the bonus limestone chunks for repair dust.
Yes, absolutely. You need patching material. Patching material is your friend.
Yes, you do. But yeah, I didn't. Like I said, I first I didn't pay attention to the ridge line here. I saw a little bit here on the side because sometimes you look on the side, and that's why they tell you don't damage the fossils there, because they'll go back through when you're done, and they'll actually they'll look for like signs of additional fossils.
Yeah, like the cross sections.
Yeah, so the cross section here, I saw this. I'm like, oh, hey, that's interesting. And then I saw that. I'm like, oh, hey, that's interesting. And then I realized I had another fish. So it's like, so that that was a fun little repair. And again, I should have did a video on it. I didn't. I'm like, I just want to prep it really quick. And I did the same thing. I just used the glue mixture on the on just limestone. I didn't get on the rest of the fossil. It turned out pretty good. This one, I used the brush, and that was it. I didn't do any additional touch up. I just I did the brush with the CA adhesive on this one, and then I used the white glue mixture, water mixture for the limestone, and just left it alone. And
oh yeah, that looks good.
It looks really good.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
I'm like, I should have used the brush in the first place.
Yep, brushes are your friend. Like, life hack right here. If you do this, go to the dollar store and just buy a bunch of paintbrushes. That's what I use. I just on those specifically because the CA will destroy your brushes if you're not like cleaning them constantly. So yeah, I get like 10 to 20 like just paintbrushes from the dollar store. And they're really low quality, which means they're really, really soft brushes.
And yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Which is important with how fragile the scales and the bones are on those fish. Like you look at them wrong and they'll fall apart.
You blow on them and they just fall apart.
Yeah, exactly.
But also if you look here, the CA adhesive, the reason why you want to control it, it discolors the limestone. It actually makes it much darker. I mean, it looks like there's a whole fin right here. That's mostly just bones. You can get in. Yeah, you can kind of see this discoloration down here in the in part of the tail. The CA adhesive had gotten onto the limestone. So yeah, it'll discolor the stone. There is an exception, and actually, I'll grab it really quick. So the only exception to not worry about where the CA adhesive goes is if you have an exploded fish and you just want to preserve the entire thing.
Yeah. I had one that kind of exploded, but not to that degree. That one really exploded.
Yeah, this fish had a bad day.
Yeah. Is that a Diplo or a Nidia? Hold up closer. Does it have? Let me see. Hold it real close. Let's see this. Let's see if I can guess this. Oh, come on, focus, camera. You got this. Come on, focus. Focus, sir. You were focused before. Oh, come on. Are you a Diplo or a Nidia? Looks like a Diplo. Because the anal fin extends almost to the tail.
Yeah,
I think it's just a little thing. And they also have a fork in the ribs. Yeah, but that one still has the skin layer, so you wouldn't be able to see that.
I think it's a Diplo because this extends back.
Yeah, on the Nidia, they're way smaller. I think that is a Diplo. Man, his skull just exploded. Look at that.
It found out some cool information and couldn't contain it. But yeah, normally, like, I wouldn't keep a fish like that, but like, that's kind of cool. And there's actually another part to the plate that I have to glue back on here. And then I'm gonna put the glue on there as well, and then frame it. It's gonna be hard because at some point I'm gonna sell these fish, but I'm gonna have a really hard time like figuring out the pricing and also letting them go because like I put so much time and effort in like getting these things and they're just too cool. Like this one, like I don't know how to price that, and like I'd feel weird about letting it go. The one fish I will not sell would be the first one I found. And I remember exactly which one it was, and it was the one that had that weird like dorsal fin that was like
it was pinned forward, yeah.
Yeah.
You better not let that one go. That one's cool.
Oh, I got dust on one.
I got about, I think I've prepped so far about 20-ish. I think I have like 10 or 15 more to go. All the plates left. And then there's a probably like 15 that I didn't even need to prep. And I think after I did the math, I'm willing to part with about like 8 or 9 of them. Most of them are for me. Some of them were just practice preppers because I knew I'd be going back. Some of them are purely for me. Like one I have that has perfect preservation, like soft tissue preservation. You can actually see the lump from where its stomach is. Like that level of preservation is insane. Even though it's just an idea, that's mine and it's not going anywhere. But yeah, it just send me pictures of some. Like I could totally help you price some of those. I actually did sell quite a few at the show. I took 5 for the show, and I don't think any of them came home now that I'm thinking about it, actually.
Nice.
That's awesome.
I had a weird thought though. I wonder if anyone's ever tried it. Is to get one of the fish prepped, like not a huge one, just a small one. Cap it with either glass or some kind of like resin material on one side, and then once it cures and everything's dried, go back through the other side and prep the other side.
Oh, that'd be cool. And just have that'd be interesting if you get that to work.
I don't know if it would, but like I'm super curious though.
Yeah, that'd be pretty dang cool.
One of us has to try. I wonder if resin would be the best way to do it. Like
that's what I'm wondering.
Like once
if you want to prep it from the other side, you've got to use something that's where my brain is like, because the CA would wick into the matrix underneath the fish and make it a nightmare to prep from the backside. You could, I don't know. This is hard. You'd almost need to use something really, really, really like mild. Again, like Mod Podge, because it would link it, but it wouldn't like penetrate super deep, and it's not like really hard, so you could still prep it from the backside. So if you try to use a resin or CA, that matrix is a rock now, like it's not going to prep from the other side. Speaking of, I spilled resin in my agate bin, and now I have like 9 mutton agates that are like very, very strongly secured, like glued together. So I'm going to need to deal with that at some point. So I just discovered this today, so I thought that was funny. Sorry, anyway,
that's funny.
Anyways, I'll rest my case, but I do have one. I just randomly had another idea before we go on your show and tell Theo. I wonder how easy it would be. Hear me out, okay? To take one of these fish, put the CA adhesive on it because it's going to take a little while to cure, but then apply gold leaf to it.
Oh, I'm doing that. I'm doing that. Dibs on that. I'm doing that. I want to do that now. We can both do it, but I'm doing that. I'm stealing that idea. I'll give you full credit for it, but I'm doing that.
Because like I was just not thinking about it. It's like, well, these bones are
perfect for gold leaf.
Yeah, because like the bones are super fragile, so you have to be gentle anyway. But the gold leaf is also super fragile. But how cool would that be?
I have to do that. Like I absolutely have to do that.
You might have to do that before someone else takes the idea after this.
I gotta do that. I gotta buy some gold leaf now.
I wonder if maybe
I might buy gold colored copper leaf because it's way freaking cheaper.
Oh no, go all the way, man.
Well, if I'm going back to Kemmerer in a few weeks, I don't want to spend too much right now. Is the problem?
Gold leaf or go home.
That would be freaking amazing, though. I literally have like 4 different specimens that are coming to mind right now that have really good preservation. I'm like, oh, dude, they don't have any like holes, so they wouldn't uplift at all. Yeah, we might need a gold leaf Nidea.
Do it.
Way to turn a like $15-$20 fossil into like several hundred.
Watch, that's what's gonna happen. Is you make that, someone's gonna make you an offer like, I want that for my.
I want that.
I want that for my man cave. I'll give you 10 grand.
I'll be like, it's yours for sure.
Tell you what, you keep 9 of it. We'll do it for 1.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty
What kind of deals do you work? Like,
how do you run a business this way?
all right, Theo, it is
Okay.
your show and tell.
Oh, we were gonna be short tonight. As
Never.
if we are ever short. One sec, I gotta fix
Never.
this. That was probably from Pippin. That's marginally better. I was all smudgy. So I don't have anything physically. I have this that I've been playing with, which is a calcite clamp, but that's from our episode with GCC. Anyway, so my 2 show and tells. The first one, there will be a video playing right now. We went to Kemmerer. We went to the Blue Forest, and still to this, like, probably some of my favorite material from the whole trip was the banded iron that Kim and I got into. So here are a few slabs of the banded iron that I cut. I have more that I need to get through. Oh my gosh, this material is insane. So the banded iron is like just bright reds and oranges and yellows. And then in between all of those colorful layers are just perfect lines of hematite.
Nice.
So when you polish it, you've got like just bright metallic-y layers separated by like a gold and yellow and orange and red jasper. Like, it's freaking cool.
Beautiful contrast.
Yeah, it's amazing. So I've got a few more that I'm gonna cut. I got lucky. On my way home, I stopped back at that spot for about 5-10 minutes. I found like a 7 or 8 pound piece of the stuff.
Whoa.
Nice.
It's seriously like this big. Like, it's too big for my saw. I'd have to take it to Kim's to cut it. But oh my gosh, I cannot wait to get inside that thing. It is amazing, amazing, amazing material. And second show and tell. Speaking of fish, I have 2 more left to go. I have all the ones I'm going to prep for my video. The last one is about you saw how big that plate was, Kyle. It's like a 4 or 5 foot long plate that has like 7 or 8 fish right on the surface. That's going to be the last one I prep. The one I'm prepping right now, which it's not quite done yet, I have a little more tidying up to do, is about a 13 or 14 inch myoplosis, which is a different species. Most of the stuff you find there will be Nidea and Diplomistus, but yeah, myoplosis were bigger. They were predatory. Like, if you look at this one, you can literally even see the teeth on the thing. It's just awesome. That was my biggest fish for sure. Unfortunately, I had to repair it, but I actually am not too upset about that, because when I first found it, it was just the body of the fish. I found the tail completely separately about an hour later. So I was more happy that I just had the tail to go with it, but I could patch it and fix it up.
That was a lucky find too.
That was so lucky.
It was like a lottery ticket after that.
Yeah, pretty much. But I cannot believe the detail on this fish. It's absolutely freaking insane. Another one. It's like, that's not going anywhere. There are definitely, certainly, most definitely much nicer specimens of myoplosis out there, but that I'm not parting with that one anytime soon.
No, that was a beautiful specimen.
Yeah, it really was. I'm very happy to have, because we kept finding pieces of big fish, but I think that was our only like 100% complete big fish all day.
Yeah, because I've only got 2 big fish, or I got 2 plates.
Yeah,
one is missing a tail, and the other one, I'm not even finished prepping it, but I'm pretty sure it's 2 big fish that are like kind of next to each other, and like they're missing.
Yeah, exactly. I have one other one with a bigger head. The head itself is like that big, but it is literally just the head. There's nothing else. Like, it's only a piece about this big, and the head's like right here on the corner. So Yeah, it's kind of just all gone. I got a bunch that were in the like 6-7 inch range, which is actually pretty good size, like that ish. That's pretty good. Most of them are smaller, the Nidia and the Diplos, but man, that I have huge spider hands. Anyone that knows me can confirm that I have gigantic spider hands. And yeah, that my fish is even bigger than my hands, which is saying something. It's like
nice.
again, it's like 13 or 14 inches. I'm so excited about that. So that one for prepping, I started with the engraver, removed almost all the stuff, and then I went back into the skull with just a dental pig, and I removed all of the matrix that way. And I was doing that so I could get around the teeth and like inside all of the like jaw bones and stuff. There's just so much fine detail in those things.
Probably use a sewing needle too. It might be smaller than dental pick.
Yeah, it might be, honestly. I might go back. I'm just afraid of like I'm okay with the little matrix being there. If I go too much, I'm afraid of breaking stuff off. Speaking of, what I do is I keep a puddle. Like I'll literally just put a few drops on my counter next to me, and I have a pin, and I'll dip the pin in, and the second a bone starts lifting, I'll just dip the tip of the pin into the CA and touch down, and it'll wick under and lock it back in place before it starts separating.
I have to borrow that idea.
Yeah, it works really well. It definitely will save your bacon. Just go slow, and yeah, you can stop the pieces from flying off before they happen. Because like sometimes you'll see it like just start to lift up slightly. That's where you stop, drop the pin, get it to wake just a tiny little bit in, and it'll lock it back down, and you can keep working. Because the problem with some of those is if one little itty bitty piece flakes up and gets blown off,
The rest
that
go.
now opens it up for the rest of it to be lifting up as well. So really, if you find even something is like 0.5 millimeter lifting up, you got to get that locked down quick. Otherwise, you could literally lose the rest of the body cavity if you're not careful. They're so fragile, but I'm so beyond addicted to prepping these things. I love them so much, and it's been so much fun. So yeah, after I was about 3 or 4 down prepping, I'm like, I don't care. I'll make it happen. I'll go alone if I have to. I'm going back to camera before the end of the year. I'm so in love. I was literally gonna do the private dig by myself.
Yeah.
do that big lane solo, and I know I could have gotten through most of it by myself.
Again, they're gonna see you show up and like, oh, give them more.
Yeah, I should probably put some more in there.
This time, go back with razor blades. That way, you can get like much
super thin. Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking too. I'm definitely going to be bringing a pack with after learning that. That works so well.
Oh man, if I can manage to go again, like that'd be really cool.
Oh, dude.
But also, I think if we can go again, I wonder if we can suggest if they put in like another saw next to the private dig, so we can you can have 2 people
Break
cutting at the same
saw.
time.
One thing that I didn't realize until I talked to one of the people was that the cutting is actually not a part of your time. Like you should, every time you take a break for like a drink, just do a little bit of cutting. But yeah, the ends at 4 is like that's when your dig ends. You actually they literally say like, yeah, you can keep cutting all your stuff. You just can't keep digging after 4. Your digging time ends, but it's not like they're like, all right, you're done, get out. You can still cut all your stuff down.
Oh, man.
Honestly, I'm still blown away by it. They were so nice. They were really good people. So I'll sing their praises as much as possible.
I think I left a positive review on their page.
I need to do that as well. I totally forgot. I gave them massive shout outs during that video, again during my prepping video, and all weekend long at the show, because I kept talking to people that did a Fossil Safari, and they were telling me horror stories, like literal horror stories from compared to what we did. They're like the workers walking over and confiscating fossils multiple times during their digs.
Wow.
Like someone got a death plate with like 10 fish on it and they took it.
Wow.
They said that they were allowed to keep $1,000 worth of fish. American Fossil, you're allowed to keep up to $100,000 worth of fish.
Mm-hmm.
You can just do the math there. It's a little more expensive, but American Fossil, way to go, 100% all the way, like straight up. I probably will never try the other digs in camera because that was a one and done. That yeah.
So I know they don't do like a private like a nighttime dig, but
Yeah.
what they should do like a version of a nighttime dig where you can go out there and like you can still split like in the like regular like public area. But the
Yeah.
only difference is they give you flashlights, so you can actually use like the angle of the flashlight, like to look at the
Oh,
specimen.
that would help like crazy. Yeah. Yeah, that would
If
actually,
they're watching.
especially in the dark, that would be awesome to find like the shadows from the vertebrae and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys at American Fossil, if you're watching this, like seriously, mad props, and I'll be supporting you for the rest of my life now. I'll be back. You guys are gonna know me by name by the end of.
You'll see more of us every year.
You will absolutely be seeing. Well, okay, so I did the math. It's not expensive to do a 2-day trip from Billings. Like, I was shocked. It's like a fraction of what it would cost to do any of our other road trips. I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. Well, Kemmer might be like an every other month thing for me now.
Show up like, all right, get Theo his lane ready.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, oh my god, I'm so addicted to it. It's amazing, and I'm gonna keep doing it until I find my stingray. It's gotta happen.
Yeah,
I need it. I need it in my life. I need it so bad.
I'd like to find a stingray, but also like from them saying that there've been like snakes and like salamanders being found, I kind of like would like one of those as well.
Yeah, I don't know if you're allowed to keep those because I like when we were talking to the guy, 2 of the salamanders were being described
Oh,
by a university, and then one of the snake was like
that one, yeah, that one
that's
was super expensive.
insanely rare. Snake fossils are crazy rare, so yeah, that one's probably gonna be getting held on to.
Well, even like
But
even one of the bony fish would be fine. Would be cool to find, like the
like a gar,
yeah,
like a gar or a paddlefish. Yeah, I'd be all over that.
like a complete one, like a big one.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, I'm fine with that. Honestly, from a video making standpoint, I'd even be fine with finding something like a bird or a salamander, something that's like really scientifically significant that there's literally no chance they're going to let you keep. I would still love to find it and have that on video just because that's so cool. Like, oh my gosh, I love it.
Oh, so I think someone actually found like a baby stingray, I think a day or so after we left.
Are you kidding? That's my Ray.
It was a baby one too. It was like a little one. I'm like, oh man.
That's mine. Don't they know that I left it there. I want my Ray back. Whoever you are, like you're watching, I left that and I forgot it there, and I'd like you to send it back to me because I've been missing it. I'm pretty sure I said the same thing to Karen.
Well, I guess we can kind of segue into
If you go to Kemmer at some point and you find a Ray, I forgot it there and I'd like it back, please.
Watch this like a partial part.
Yeah.
Where's the rest of it?
That's my big like lifetime goal. I'll keep going back till we make it happen. Sorry, I'll stop cutting you off. What time is it? Oh yeah, I need to stop. I need to stop.
Okay, words of wisdom.
It's 2 hours later.
Oh man.
I'll go ahead and start off with the words of wisdom to say that if you're wishing or hoping to find something, be specific, because if you wish that you find a stingray and you go up and you find a partial or you find a little itty bitty one when you're really hoping for a really big one, be specific on what you
should have been saying, I want a complete stingray.
I mean, technically I found an impression, so
you did. You did find a complete impression.
It's the stingray that could have been. Yep, and that's how it will be named when I finally get it framed. The tease. All right, that's my words of wisdom. Let's see here. Theo, do you want to go next?
Sure. The hard work is worth it. I promise. The show really, it's like what I'm referring to here. Like it's literally like 3 months of going nonstop, and the money didn't even matter after meeting everyone in person. It was like, I don't even care. Like it couldn't have even told me how much we made throughout the show, and we could have made $10, and I still would have had just as equally impactful of a time because it was just awesome getting to meet so many people at the same, like, oh gosh, like I can't even find the words. Like I'm just so grateful for all of you guys, and all the work was very much worth it. Nice. I'm looking forward to the next one. So keep your nose down, put your head inside the grindstone and get to it because it's worth it. I promise. Hard work pays off.
It really does.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Sir Reginald.
Yes.
Kurt, what's your words of wisdom?
So
take court.
I was actually trying to
You've
figure
seen
this
me
out
do
as
this the
y'all
whole
are
podcast. Sorry.
So let's see. I guess how y'all say hard work is worth it, but make sure you take your breaks because if you're rushing, you can make mistakes, and taking breaks can really help. So,
Yep,
absolutely,
100%. Well, thank you, Kurt, for your words of wisdom, and I think that kind of ends our podcast. So,
really,
wow, we did good. It was short.
But
short for them.
It was good and short.
Well, we're not done yet. We still have to do the outro.
Oh yeah.
So for everyone that's watching, be sure to get your shows and tells into us. We'll have the email in the description of the video. That way we can
and also just physically send them too.
Yeah.
For us to like have and keep and pet.
I have a PO box.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure we can send it to one of us and we'll pass it around.
Yeah.
But send us your shows and tells for our next viewer show and tell collaboration. So don't forget to do it so we can have a long list of photos because believe it or not, it can go pretty quick.
It does. It's amazing how fast like 15 photos goes. That's like a 30-minute episode.
Yeah. The thing that we have our tangents and rants, we make it go for another hour.
Wow. You don't even need to give me a subject and I can make it go for an hour or better.
Yeah.
Like, all right, Theo, talk. All right, so this one time.
Right, let's do this. Yeah, get those shows and tells into us, and we'll have Karen back with us next time, and she'll help us out with the shouts.
And she should have that wallaby with her.
Yeah, wallaby. But that will do for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you here on the next one. So until then, rock on and, meow.